friends. Today, had you been in school, we would have been learning about the farm, different types of jobs on the farm, different animals that live on a farm. And since we're not at school, the book that I'm going to read to you is also going to tie into and help explain why we're not at school. This is a very good book to help us understand why we need to stay home and why we should not be at school at a time like this. So enjoy the story, and then we'll talk a little bit after about a very important word and what we can do to help. Okay, this story is called Farm Flu. It's one of my favorite farm books. It is written by Teresa Bateman, and it is illustrated by Nadine Bernard Westcott. And from the cover, we can see there's a chicken going, ka-choo! And it looks like there is a cow that is laying in bed, not feeling very well. Farm Flu. And here's the dedication page. Here's the main character. He's walking around with a lot of tissues in his hands. My mom's a farmer. So am I. We work the farm through wet and dry. And here he is working and feeding. When you work on a farm, there's a lot of work to do from early in the morning. So many animals to take care of. It's a lot of work to be a farmer. But it was likely just as well that Mom was out of town for a spell. When marching through the morning dew, I heard the milk cow moo, ka-choo. Poor thing, I said, you've got the flu. I'd never helped a sickly cow. I just know how to milk and plow. But I knew what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. I tucked the Guernsey into bed with tissues for her stuffy head. Look, the Guernsey cow needs 2 tissues at a time. I brought her hot alfalfa tea, and I fluffed her pillows hourly. He is doing such a good job taking care of her. The next day, I was up at dawn. The Guernsey cow just kept snoring on. I heard a cock-a-doodle-doo, and then the chickens clucked, ka-choo, ka-choo, ka-choo. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. The TV room became a coop. I brought them bowls of barley soup. The barnyard called with chores to do, but then the piglet squealed, ka-choo! Oh no. Can you remember first the Guernsey cow was sick? Then the chickens got sick, and who was next? The piglets. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. I popped the piglets in the tub and gave them all a belly rub. Just then, when I was almost through, the turkeys gobbled out, ka-choo! Oh my, now the piglet, he is really working hard taking care of all these sick farm animals. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. They changed the channel, then asked for snacks, said popcorn helped them to relax. They got out chess and checkers too, and then the donkey brayed, ka-choo! Now the donkey has gotten sick. More popcorn, please. I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. Reclining on the back porch swing, he asked for some of everything. And then a wild and woolly crew arrived and loudly bawked, ka-choo! I knew just what my mom would do if it were me who had the flu. The attic had a little room. I cleaned it up with a mop and broom and settled all my woolly guests while urging them to please take some rest. Now it seems as if everybody on the farm has gotten sick. I wonder if there are any left who are not sick. That night I didn't get much sleep. My room was underneath the sheep. The house was filled with cluck, oink, moo. How did they all catch that flu? The next day I arose and yawned. The house was still. I stopped. I listened. Oh, no ka-choo! I knew just what my mom would do. I think the animals may be feeling better now. What do you think? Because there's no more sneezing. Too sick to be outside, I see? Then you're too sick to watch TV. No toys, no games, just stay in bed. No popcorn, you'll have mush instead. Now, do you think the animals are feeling better and now they can go outside, or did they get used to getting a little bit spoiled while they were sick? A miracle! They all were cured. They hurried out without a word. They galloped to the barn with glee, and they recuperated magically. I followed, but my steps were slow. I felt like half-baked sourdough. Relieved the end was now in view, I stumbled, I blinked, and sneezed. Ka-choo! Now who's sick? It's the boy who's been taking care of all the animals on the farm while his mom was away. They quickly treated me for flu exactly as my mom would do. Now, I didn't just want to read you this book because it's one of my favorite farm stories and we're learning about the farm. I also wanted to read it to you because it really connects to what we are doing today. We're not in school, we stay at home. We've been asked by the governor of our state to shelter in place, which means we need to stay at home and not go outside unless it's for something that's absolutely necessary, like getting our groceries or going to a doctor visit. So what are the things? The one word that's very important is contagious. If you notice throughout the story, the community of the farm animals, first one group of farm animals got sick. First it was the cow, and then after the cow, the flu virus was contagious, so it went to the chickens, and then it went from the chickens to the piglets, and then all the animals, the sheep, the donkey, the turkey, they all took turns getting it because that's what flu viruses are. And the virus that we have right now that is contagious in our community is called COVID-19. And we want to stay healthy. We do not want to get sick, and we don't want to get those who we love or other people that we know get sick. And because we're a school family, we have to do our part. And one thing that you guys practiced before we went on vacation, one thing you can still be doing when you're home is when you wash your hands, we learned that if we wash our hands to the ABC song, that will help us to do it the right amount of time. So let's practice it one more. I have some hand sanitizer here, but soap and water work just as well. And we learned that if we get some on our hands and we sing the ABC song, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I washed my hands, you see. Next time, won't you wash with me? That is one thing you can do to help keep your hands clean and keep surfaces clean. Another thing we can do while we're staying at home is if you have a neighbor who is older or someone you know doesn't have family living with them, go check on them. Ask your family to go check and see how are they doing. Are they okay? Do they need groceries? And another thing you can do is you're practicing writing. You're learning how to write. You're sounding out words. There are doctors and nurses who have to work long hours, grocery store clerks who have to go to work. We really appreciate them. We're grateful that they do their jobs. So why don't you put your letter writing skills to work and pick a person in our community who's working for us and helping and making sure that we still have essential things. Write them a letter, and you could say how much you appreciate them and how much you hope they stay healthy. So class, as you listen to the book Farm Flu, remember to wash your hands, stay clean, stay indoors, and then we will be coming back to school soon, I hope. See you later. Bye.